there is no doubt that GST is a transformative reform. I think it's a great reform for the economy. We're going to create a common Indian market that is going to bring in a lot of efficiencies and a greater number of people into the tax net.
Sure.
So I think it's going to broaden the tax net. So it's, I think, going to lead to a lot of value addition in the economy. We should see it impacting the GDP positively. There are various estimates available from 1 to 4%. But for sure, with the efficiencies and the creation of a common Indian market, certainly it spurs well for the economic progress of the country.
Mr. Puri, due to the anti-profiteering clause, do you think you will be expected to pass on the savings due to GST to your consumers? Do you think you would pass it on in a gradual manner as you understand the nitty-gritties of GST coming into play, or do you think that you will pass it on with immediate effect?
You see, I think the regulation is very clear on this.
Sure.
You need to pass it on to the consumer.
Yeah.
The other perspective to keep in mind that there is a lot of competition in the market today, right? And therefore, the competitiveness itself will make sure that the consumer gets the best offers.
Sure.
And you do find, like you talk about the GST scenario, but as and when you find, for example, commodity prices changing, you also find the offers to the consumers changing.
Right.
Right? Because it's a competitive market, and it's a competitive market does well for the consumer.
Right.
So I think this is going to be it's required by law, and it's going to be a natural process.
Right. If you look at, FMCG at large, I mean, you've been, a pretty strong player there. However, we have seen the entire, sector face a slowdown, and it is facing headwinds. A, why is that happening? And B, how do you think that the sector can rebound?
Well, I think the critical factor that influences consumption is the growth of the GDP, is the economic progress of the country. And with the number of interventions that the government has made in terms of boosting manufacture through Make in India, Skilling India, right, Digital India, and so on and so forth, and also a slew of transformative reforms right in the economy. Now, all this augurs well for the economy. I think we are yet to see the best in the economy, and once the economy picks up, consumption is bound to pick up.
Okay.
And that's when will positively impact the growth of the FMCG sector, for sure. We as an enterprise remain very optimistic. We're very clear that the best is yet to come. There is a lot of promise for FMCG consumption in the country, and we have continued to invest in line with our plans because we are very optimistic in the
ITC also seems to be at the forefront in terms of the premiumization category. So you've launched luxury chocolates, luxury coffee, amongst, your latest launches. Give me your piece on how much premiumization will contribute to ITC and, of course, your premiumization plan.
Well, it is not that we are only into premium segments. We straddle all these segments, right? All these segments that we want to operate in, and we have products that are in the premium segment, products that are in the luxury segment, products that are in the popular segment. So our portfolio is well distributed, and as a new entrant, we always have to make a choice on where do we start.
Sure.
It is not a good strategy, and that's a conscious call we have made, to try and start in every segment simultaneously. So if I want to get into chocolates, I have to decide where should I start. So we have chosen to start at the luxury end. It is not that it remains just there. That is just the first step.
Sure.
And so it is it with all other categories, right? So ultimately we will, and that's what we are doing in our older categories as well,
right,
which we've been present for some time now. But within those categories, even if I look, for example, say, biscuits, for example. So I'm not present in every sub-segment of biscuits.
Okay.
Right. There are pieces, for example, in cream biscuits, we are the market leaders. But there are pieces in which we don't have a significant play at the moment. So we will be strengthening that piece of the portfolio itself. So, and those pieces when they fit in, some of them will be in popular segment, some of them will be in premium segment. So it's a question of deciding which segments to enter, when to enter, but ultimately in the long term, we will be entering more and more segments. As we have said that we would ideally like to be in every segment that can be called FMCG, but yes, it will all be built in steps.
Right. I believe that you're also getting very aggressive in FMCG and you're looking to launch in many more categories. If you could give me a sense in terms of what are these new products that you're going to launch very soon and in which categories?
Okay. So in the recent past, we've entered juices through Be Natural, and within Be Natural, we've had a set of first time to the market products. When we launched, we had Jamun juice for the first time. Recently, we have launched pomegranate, 100% pure pomegranate juice, which is made from pulp, unlike most juices that are made out of concentrate.
Sure, sure.
So that the nutritional value is superior.
Right.
We've also entered dairy in the recent past with our ghee brand Ashirwad Swasti Ghee, then chocolates and coffee you spoke about. And very soon, possibly within this month itself or maybe in the next couple of weeks, we should be in the market with seafood under a brand called ITC Master Chefs.
Okay.
These are super safe shrimps and meet the global standards, whether it's US or Europe or Japan or for that matter the Indian standards. So that is one area we are getting into.
It will be packaged.
Yes, it will be packaged.
And ready to eat?
It will be ready to cook.
Ready to
cook. Of course, we will have many more products in this also going forward. And we will have, as we have said in the past, we are also going to have a significant play into the fruits and vegetable value chain, either in fresh form or in shelf life preserved form, which could be either frozen or dehydrated or purees, whatever is appropriate for that commodities. So these are some of the things that you will see us get into over a period of time.
So basically, it'd be safe to say that in the seafood category that you're entering, where it's ready to cook and packaged, shrimp will be your first entry, but you will diversify into other seafood.
We will first of all build on shrimps itself. We will have many more variants in that.
Okay, okay, okay.
This for you may have more value-added products in that itself over a period of time.
How did you come to the conclusion that this would be a good place to enter?
Well, I think clearly there is an opportunity generally in food processing in the country because the level of food processing is very small. And processed foods provides consumers, besides convenience, it provides consumers an assurance on safety.
And how will the pricing play be there? Because we're such a sensitive market.
Well, it is going to be for each of the products relevant to that category.
Okay.
There is no general rule about it. It will be relevant to that category. It will be relevant to the value chain that we are operating in.
Okay, fair enough. And last question before I let you go, I know you're a very busy man. What do you foresee as the major challenges that the sector, at large needs to beat to, step up its game, the FMCG business? Well,
I think the answer for not only FMCG, I think many sectors will be around innovation. I think innovation can create newer markets, it can create newer opportunities. And we in ITC have invested in a life sciences and technology center where we have 350 scientists, we have close to 500 patents right now to create products for not only today but tomorrow and day after.
Okay, so give me a sense of what would be the challenges for the business, not for yours in particular, but overall as an industry going forward. What should you be looking out for?
I think it's really innovation.
Innovation?
Innovation to get a distinct position.
You don't think that people are trying to beat down prices, especially your competition?
Well, pricing is an element of competition for sure, and there are segments on which pricing would be important. If you provide the consumer superior value, you can also price it appropriately. So pricing is certainly one element, but not the only element.
Not the only element. Last question. In your distribution game, I believe you all have really, looked at innovating in terms of distribution, thanks to your anyway very large outreach, thanks to your cigarette business, whether it be your sachet hand washes or your packet-sized deodorants. A lot of stuff has been done in terms of ensuring that your distribution model is also innovated upon, and you don't see it in just the traditional places. Give me your piece, on what else you will try and innovate in your distribution piece.
Well, that's something that I would not like to comment at this point of time, but we can get into it later.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ET NOW Live. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/ETNow.